Hello friends, it's VirtuaLee. Welcome back to another renovation. We're in Daisy Hovel today. We're right next door to last week's reno, which was Garden Essence, and we're going to turn this one bedroom, one bath into a 2-and-2. I'm excited to show you the aesthetic in this build. Is by far my fave that I have done so far, and I'm talking builds and everything that I've done on the channel. This has to be one of my favorites. It's clean, it's modern, and yet it's kitschy. It's really weird. I love it so much. I hope you guys do too. The inspiration for this build was actually one of the dine out stoves, the bright blue one that you'll see in a little bit. You're going to see it probably in the next minute or so. But that one stove really set the scene for the entire renovation. So it's pretty exciting to see how I'm using the objects to dictate what the decor is going to be around it. And what I'd say as a challenge is try out different objects that you normally don't utilize and decorate around it. Let that be your inspiration for your build or for your renovation. It's really been a heck of a lot of fun for me to do things just a little bit differently, and it makes for a really nice product. Another basic tip and trick that I will share with you guys is to favorite the Sims 4 cheat webpage and have the 3 cheats that you use for building up and ready to go when you are about to renovate or build a new thing. I think there are 3 cheats that I use. It's the BB Move Objects, which is pretty popular, the Ignore Sentiment, which ignores all of the locks, the career locks and things like that on the objects. And the other one that I use is the Show Hidden Items. Opens up all the debug items, because all of those debug items are really important to have when you're renovating as well. So that's my tip and trick. The website that I use is, I believe it's Carl the Sims, but anywho, whoever wrote it is brilliant, and I will link that website in the description down below for you to utilize as well. One of the things that I'm looking forward to the most is to relearn where everything is. In my last hiatus, I think I missed like 2 game packs and 2 stuff packs and a game pack. And I feel like I don't know where anything is anymore. So maybe another tip and trick that I can give you today. Oh my gosh, I'm so full of tips and tricks. I'm full of something, right? But one of the things that I recommend is to learn your menus. That's going to make your building and your renovating a lot quicker, because I literally sit there sometimes and I'm hunting and pecking. But once you get the flow of where everything is at and where you can find everything, and shortcuts is a huge learning curve. Once you know those, then building and renovating become a quicker job. And I'm still waiting to learn all of those things. So I'm not a pro by any means or any stretch of the imagination. We are freezing in North America right now. I'm in upstate PA. I was going to say upstate New York, but that's where I was born. I'm in western PA area, and it barely snows where I know it's weird, but we get dustings here and there. We don't get full-fledged like snow on the ground, and let me tell you, that is not the case this year. And we're barely into January, and it's been the frigid. However, I will tell you this funny story. I was coming home from work yesterday, sitting in my car. All of a sudden, I get this blast of heat. Like I was about to self-combust. I think it's because I had the heat on like 84 or something ridiculous like that. And then my chair warmers were on, my steering wheel heater was on, and I almost lost it. I'm driving the highway. It takes me about 20-25 minutes to get from my work to my house. And I literally rolled down the windows, and it was probably 16 degrees outside, which isn't terrible for all intents and purposes, but it was so refreshing to have that cold wind blow on my person, because I was literally going to lose it yesterday. However, my parents live in Florida, and my wonderful dad, who is wonderful and the smartest person I've ever met, is like, "Oh, hija," which means daughter in Spanish. "It's freezing in Florida. It's 54. We have to have sweaters and socks on. It's terrible." And I guess in perspective, I can see why they would wear socks and sweaters. because they're always in the flippin' 80s and 90s. The other thing that was funny is my husband told me today after dinner, he said, do you know that they closed down schools in Florida because of the weather? Something about the schools not being, they don't have heat down there. So the kids can't go to school. America, what are we doing to our children? I don't know. But I guess we don't want them to freeze to death, so I can understand. I stumbled across the most amazing podcast this week. And it is a podcast called Anna Faris Unqualified. And she has a partner in crime. And I apologize, but I can't remember what the other host's name is. She's the chick from Bunny House and Scary Movie. I remember seeing her with another comedian at some point, but she's done like 30 movies. Yeah, like Take Me Home Tonight. Oh, Hot Chick. That's where I originally saw her. And she now has a podcast, and it's really, really fun. The first episode I listened to, she interviewed Nick Jonas, and I was really impressed by him. Now, I've never been one to like completely fangirl over boy bands. I'm totally lying to you because I do. But anyway, I listened to Nick Jonas' interview, and one of the things that she does, well, first of all, the podcast is not PG. I would say it's 17 plus, because she curses in it, and there's some sexual innuendo and things like that. So if you're under 17 plus, ask your parents if you can listen to it. She was interviewing Nick Jonas, and one of the things that I like about her is that she would ask questions that were very entertainment friendly. In other words, she doesn't ask questions. She asked very entertaining questions, and the podcast was super. I mean, I was laughing like a schoolgirl all the way to work this morning. The team is really good, and the production is well done. But what she does is she doesn't pry. She asks questions that an entertainer can ask, that answer very vaguely, which was really, really cool. One of the questions that she asked that I really enjoyed, Nick, if you had a love interest who wouldn't celebrate the holidays because of an ex-boyfriend, would you continue to date her? And it was very thought-provoking. And I'll tell you, I've never heard an interview with Nick Jonas or any of the Jonas Brothers, but he is really down to earth, and he was really pleasant to listen to. But he said, it depends. He said, if it's just because she's not over the ex-boyfriend, then I don't think I can deal with that. But if it's because something traumatic happened on the holidays to her and her ex-boyfriend, then I would understand, and I'm totally cool with that, which I thought was a brilliant answer. But Anna Faris was like, nope, I couldn't deal with it. I couldn't deal with it. I'll say no. I always think it's really interesting. And one of the other things, she asked a lot of like vague relationship questions, but she did a skit where she went back and forth with Nick Jonas, pretending to be like this laissez-faire fan. Someone that wanted to get into his pants, but was acting all nonchalant about it. I don't know if I can do it justice, but she was pretending like Nick Jonas was at a bar, and she happened to be there, and she's like, I really am not, completely into like famous people. And, she was just playing it really cool. And at the end, she asked him for his hotel room. And he had to play along so that the listeners could hear to how he would respond to a situation like that. So I thought it was really hilarious. And he passed. He passed with flying colors. I'm pretty impressed with him. Anyway, I can't wait she has about 103 episodes, and I'm really sad that I just stumbled upon her. She's been doing podcasts since 2015, and it's like been 3 years in now. What the heck, people? Don't you hate when that happens? Don't you hate when you find something that's been around for a long time, and you just find out and then you completely fangirl over the thing? All right, so another thing that I've been fangirling over that I just stumbled on, and you guys are going to think I'm crazy, but I just found this community called bullet journaling. And I'm sure a lot of you know what this is. For those of you that were naive to the concept like I was, it's a mesh between a journal, a planner, and a tracker. And what you do is you customize it to whatever it is that you're into and whatever goals you want to accomplish. For me, being a career woman, I use it a lot for work. I'm going to be using it a lot for work. I just got it this morning. I'm so excited. I'm going to use it a lot for work and for planning out my videos on this channel, for planning out all the projects that I'm into at work. The other thing that I want to do with it is I have sort of a system set up where, you have all the custom things that a planner has. So look into the year of 2018. You have all the birthdays, reminders. Then you have like a weekly setup, but you do it yourself. And it sort of has the same concept as scrapbooking. So you can actually journal in it. You can do art in it. You can put photos in it, plan weekly events with it. You can map out your projects in it. You can use it as a journal or as a picture journal or as a drawing journal. Whatever it is that you want, trust me, this thing is so brilliant. A guy by the name of Ryder Carroll invented this thing. It's, I just am starting to set it up. I actually had a plan for my planner, which is really ridiculous. But this is how I feel I'm going to be able to take advantage of this thing in the right way. Because one of the things that I did was I watched a lot of mistakes that you can make in a bullet journal, or top tips and tricks for beginners and things like that. And a lot of times what happens is when you don't plan out your bujo, you can clutter it up. However, you do have an index in there that you can use, but bottom line is you learn a lot if you watch the videos first. So that's what it's supposed to be. That's how I'm using it. If you guys are interested in seeing a video on it, I think I can make that happen. I have a lot of great ideas. One of the things that I'm doing in here is I'm doing a weekly journal prompt, and I have some incredible ideas around that and how to randomize it and how to really make this thing. This is like my most prized possession right now. I absolutely am digging this. So if you want to see a video on it, I think I can simify it. I think I can make it into Sims content for your viewing pleasure. But if not, if you want to know what it is and you want me to talk it through, I'll be happy to show you what I have set up so far and walk you through it in case you guys want to do something similar. It's amazing. And what I love about it the most, I'm going to be absolutely honest with you, is all the flippin' supplies and washi tape and colored markers and pens and crayons and you name it. And I'm almost thinking about taking up watercoloring because a lot of these bujos with watercolor art in them are so beautiful. It's a work of art. And you want to know something even crazier than this? Let me tell you this. There's an Instagram community for bullet journals, and the pictures that these people take on their bullet journals are like flipping works of art. And so my crazy thing of the week is that I actually started an Instagram for my bullet journal. I started it this week. I already got followers on there, okay? Like, I'm feeling pretty proud of myself. I'm so crazy. But that's my personal update for the week. And I'd love to share more with you guys if you're interested. If you're not a big deal. So, my friends, I think that's that. We have a jam-packed week for you guys today. We have Merklin on Wednesday. We have a random video on Friday. I think I'm going to talk about the quarterly teaser on Friday. And so I'm not going to spend a lot of time talking about the details that I know, very vague details that I know so far with you in this video, because I want to have something to talk about on Friday. And I want to look at the teaser, like little bits of the teaser at a time with you so we can dissect it and have theories on it, some conspiracy theories that we can start brewing. That would be a lot of fun. Well, we're going to wrap up this video and we're going to bring it right back to this renovation. And wondering what you guys are thinking about it so far. There's a lot going on here, right? And I love it. I love the color schemes. I love the colors on the inside. I love the colors on the outside. I love the simplicity of it, but I love the detail as well, if that makes any sense. I hope you guys do too. Remember, if you like this build, you can check it out in the gallery and say hi-de-ho to me if you want. If you really like this build, you can absolutely download it now. because this project is going to take a while. I've already submitted to the fact that this is going to take a while for me. I don't do things quickly. I don't. When I'm really into something and I want to give a quality product, I take a little bit of time. Like this particular renovation took me about 3 days to put together. So, I mean, you know, you just got to take your time with things sometimes. All right, my friends, I appreciate you guys so much, and I am going to let you guys go so you can enjoy your before and afters, and I'll see you in the next video. Have a great week, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye.